In the year 2018, Sony Computer Entertainment unveiled a concept so original, so innovative, so audacious in its inventiveness. The PlayStation Classic. A miniaturized version of a decades-old system preloaded with 20 classic games. How has this not been done before? What most of those games will be, no one yet knows. Now, three heroes emerge with their suggestions for games they would quite like to see on it. Your move, Microsoft.
So if I was to pick a game for the PS1 Classic that I would like to be on it, but I don't think will be on it, my first pick would be Hogs of War.
You recruits are here for one reason only, and that reason is war!
It's a game about pigs shooting other pigs, but it's actually not as weird or morbid as that sounds. It was actually very light-hearted and fun. Kind of like a 3D Worms. Remember Worms? Worms was like team-based, turn-based, tactical shooting thing. It's like that, but 3D. And pigs.
Lights! Australasia, a collection of islands in the South Pacific. Reconnaissance has shown that these islands are rich in swill. Shut up!
So one game I would put on the PS1 Classic that probably won't be on the PS1 Classic is Dino Crisis 2. It was pretty much Resident Evil with dinosaurs. A bit faster, a lot of shooting, less zombies, but more raptors. It was a great game, not many people played it, which is a damn shame, because it was a brilliant game, one of my favourites of all time.
Let's try the door over there.
Oh, come on. Didn't they teach you how to open a door at SWORD training? Watch this.
A PlayStation Classic, in my opinion, that should be on the PlayStation Classic, but probably won't be, is Chicken Run. Based on that film, Chicken Run. Based on The Great Escape. Based on World War II. Good mini games, a lot of sneaking around, but it's done in quite a nice way. It's very satisfying, very challenging as well. Never even finished it, so it'd be good to go back and try and finish it.
Hi, Mac.
I'd also want a game called Jedi Power Battles on there. That was really cool. It was about Jedi having like power battles. It was really good. The camera I remember being quite weird, like it was quite far away from the action, but it was still, I don't know, it felt like you were right up in there. A lot of like action-y lightsaber swinging stuff, because back in the prequel movies, there was a lot of this lightsaber swinging. Like it wasn't like in the olden days where it was like an old man and Darth Vader just kind of like fighting like gentlemen. There was a lot of spinning, a lot of like lightsaber spinning. Well, that's what this game was about.
Klonoa is another one I'd put on there because it was a really good 2D platformer from Bandai Namco. You played as the title character Klonoa, who was a little dog, rabbit, cat man thing. I don't know what it was, but it was a very charming game. You went round with your little friend who was called Hupo, I think, and you picked up animals, you threw them at other animals. And it was sorry, I've got to do that again now. No, I'll do it.
You picked the valves, threw them up.
You did, you turned them into balloons as well.
Pick number 2, Urban Chaos. It was a bit like Grand Theft Auto, but you were a cop. And you were pretty brutal actually. You could like handcuff people for no reason, search them. You just basically, it was like you could play as a criminal but with the power of the law behind you. Like pick up baseball bats and like leather people. It was a proper 3D game as well back when GTA was only messing about in 2 dimensions. Big game, people don't give it enough credit. That's not going to be on there, should be.
You killed him!
My last pick is going to be This is actually really hard. I know it's so fucking... Who cares? Who cares really what I pick or what I say? But, my last pick is a game called C12 Final Resistance, which is a real game. I didn't make that name up. Probably not a lot of people played that actually, but it was kind of a third-person sci-fi shooter, and it was like back in the olden days where the writing and stuff in games like that was just dog shit. But it was really entertaining. It was really fun. I mean, I would have been a young kid playing this game, but I remember thinking this is bad, like the writing and stuff, and I was like 12 or something, so that's how bad it was. But it had really good graphics for the time. It was like a really cool kind of setting and stuff, and had like this grungy atmosphere, and I just remember really enjoying it.
Riley, those are alien surveillance droids. Their night vision's poor, but they're fitted with highly sophisticated motion tracking devices. My advice is to avoid them.
Another game is Future Cop LAPD.
Welcome to Los Angeles, rookie. The City of Angels.
Which is a 3D third-person action shooter where you play as a giant police robot mech made by EA, and the people who actually made Dead Space made it way back in the day. It had a great single-player story mode. You played as a giant police robot. You went around dispensing justice to criminals in some horrifically brutal ways. And then it had this multiplayer mode, which was really cool, and it was basically a MOBA.
Finally, Tenchu 2. It's a prequel to Tenchu 1, so that's why I picked it. So it's the first one in the story. Best, just best, isn't it? There was so much raw data, they had to set half the missions at night time because the PlayStation 1 could handle it. You had like 2 characters you could play as. You unlocked a 3rd character when you finished it. Loads of unlockables, loads of replayability, like the ultimate stealth game. I think it was pretty much the first 3D stealth game. It's just wild good, dead good sound effects, everything about it. If you've not played Tenchu 2, you're missing out, and like, yeah, you're probably not going to get to play it because they're not going to put it on there, are they, pricks?